All right, it says we're live. Okay. All right, welcome from the crossroads of America. Tonight's a 1 hour talk show meant to be shooting with disabilities, but we also talk guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. Answer questions from the audience. Either put them in the chat or email me at Rick's Life as I say it. Excuse me. At gmail.com or spotterrick@gmail.com. I have a Patreon page, PayPal, and all that other stuff down below. So, got that out of the way. Let's see. Who's in the chat so far? So far, we got Kingpin was first in, then Two Live Moo, Defense Dad. That's it at the moment. So, I'm assuming, that let me check, make sure I didn't do what I did last time, where they were, there. Oh, Kevin in New York's here too now. So, yeah, people are starting to come in. And at the moment, my panelist is New York Outcast. Sorry, I was trying to walk and chew gum at the same time there for a second. Is New York Outcast. How you doing?
Doing well, sore, but thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, everybody. See, at least the cool kids showed up.
Yep. Yeah, I was debating whether the change the name of the show because, it's becoming more of a daily topic sort of thing than straight up shooting with disabilities. I don't know yet, So, we'll see.
After moving stoves and dishwashers and cabinets today, disability sounds great. So it's right up my alley.
Oh, okay.
Not that I want it, but I feel disabled today. That's for sure.
Oh God, yeah. Well, hey, we got us another what's the word I'm looking for? Panelist. Hey, I'm losing it tonight. We've got Squibload. How you doing?
Yep.
All right. So he's joined us. The Gun Snob's joined us now too. So, all right. They actually, why we're waiting for more people to join, if they do, did you see Squib's latest Talking Squibbish?
If it was today, I don't think I've seen it. So.
Oh, okay. Well, it was pretty good.
Revolvers and the.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I've seen that one yet. So.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Oh, Shady Hill Homestead is here. So that's good to see you. Yeah, so as I was saying to New York before we went live, was I put up some shelves in the bathroom yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think so. And or was it today? Hell, I can't remember now. It was yesterday. Finished. My back's hurting me today. No, was it yesterday or today? It was yesterday, not today. It was yesterday I done it. But my back, I woke up with a sore back. And I know what it was from. It's from leaning over the vanity. And in the awkward position. I know exactly what caused it. But then also what makes it worse is it's raining tonight, freezing rain we're having. So, the old barometric pressure's changing. So my back hurts. My hands hurt. Same old story. Shooting with, disabilities. Yeah.
Shoot, I get sore, bending around, doing funny stuff like that. Example, installing under the cabinet microwaves, and screwing with stuff over your head or crawling in spots. They can kink you up for sure. It's always the stupid little stuff that tends to get me. You know,
Yeah, I was feeling pretty
it's
good
just the way it goes.
before I done it, but and give me another day or so, and I'll be back to normal.
You know what
Yeah,
makes me
push
sore
through.
like that,
What?
Rick? What
Sitting
makes
on
me
your
get
ass.
what makes me get sore like that is packing up for a move or unpacking from a move.
Yes. Well, I don't, because I've moved so much in my life. It's nothing to it. I don't have a problem moving. I like moving. These people who make excuses are terrible. They really are. Just do it. You
I
make
can
new,
understand what Squib's saying
you make
because
new
it's a lot of
friends.
the bending,
Yes,
bending
there is a
over,
lot of.
picking up, bending over. It's like
Yeah,
doing a hardwood floor or something like that.
I'll be honest.
That'll wear on you.
If you guys remember, when I moved from Rhode Island here, I did have help with the packing, and loading the truck and unloading it when I got here, because I couldn't do it on my own like I used to.
Yeah, but I got to hand it to you, Rick. I didn't think you would actually do it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, well, being disappointed in me because I'm not disappointed in you. That does kind of make sense. I didn't think you would do it, and you did it. So
Yeah.
I know you've been there a while, but I guess belated congratulations.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't. Oh yeah. I know. I mean, I did. I mean, but I said moving. What you were saying in your video today. It is. I mean, yeah, you're there is fear, afraid to do it, and and stuff, because you're going into the unknown. You got to find new friends, new places to hang out, and all this kind of stuff. You gotta learn the neighborhood. Instead of driving 5 miles, if you took this road, you could do it in 3. You got to learn all that stuff again. But it's all part of the thing. I mean, like here, I mean, luckily I have family around here, which made it easier. But I'm still learning my way around all these country back roads.
Moving's like an adventure too. So
Oh yeah.
when you pop out of the place you're used to and stuff. So I mean, honestly, if you do your homework and stuff, it's kind of limitless opportunities. Or if you go from small country town to a bigger city type deal, it's a big difference. So, but yeah, I don't think it's it's just another chapter. So
Yeah.
I guess I think what Squid probably points out. I haven't seen his thing, but a lot of people probably are scared for one reason or another, or hesitant. But a lot of times, a year or two after, you'll be thankful you did.
Absolutely.
The first year or two, I know my last move, like the first year or two kind of sucked, but not year or two, but a little bit. But, after a while, you were like, I wish I should have done this before. So, granted, it doesn't always work that way, but do your homework and hopefully it does.
Two Live Moose said, last time I moved to my new house, I hurt my checkbook really bad. Yeah, moving. I mean, but when I moved here, I mean, when I first got here, everything was great. But then all these long lost relatives I haven't seen for 40 years, are all, getting together and all this kind of shit. But after the first, 6-9 months, that starts wearing off, and they've gone back to what they normally do. So during my second year here was more of a, did I make the right choice? Because I'm sort of not on my own, but I got to do things.
You have your bearings now.
Yeah. And so this year is a lot better. I mean, plus I made a few friends now and stuff. And I hang down at the diner with the old boys. I go shooting at my friend's house all the time. If I don't go shooting, I hang out. He's big into. He's He's one of those guys that if something needs doing, he knows how to do it. You know, if something breaks, here, look at it, and he'll figure out a way to fix it. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those kind of guys, and he's into cars. I mean, I'm not into NASCAR, but he's got a car.
He's a man's man, huh?
He does, yeah, and we'll go sit in his garage. He's got a wood stove in there with a bunch of chairs and got the music playing. You know, we just sit there and bullshit for an hour or two. You know, got drinks in the, i.e., you know, water, soda in the fridge. You know, what more do you need? You know, he's even got a dog that comes and likes you. You know, yeah, no, yeah. So, yeah, moving is when you realize you have too much shit wasting space. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and I thinned a bunch of it out when I moved from Rhode Island to here. But as you all know, I've said it so many times, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes sitting here in the corner that I still haven't unpacked. I've been here 3 years. If I haven't unpacked it now, it means I don't need what's ever in there. I go in there occasionally if there's something I want. Oh, I know where that is. It's in one of those boxes. And then I'll go looking for it, and I normally find it. You know? Then I use what I want. Then I put the thing aside somewhere, and I haven't touched it since. So that's sort of what I get up to. Yeah, but it's amazing how much junk I accumulated. Because I even though I lived in 4 or 5 different houses when I lived up there in Rhode Island and Connecticut and stuff. I mean, I lived there for what? Almost 18, 19 years between Connecticut, Maine, and Rhode Island type thing. You know? So I accumulated a lot of stuff. So, of junk.
Yeah, some things, if you haven't used them in a year, you probably don't need them. But then there's other things if you need them, boy, you're gonna wish you had them. So it's a hard juggle sometimes. But yeah, being able to just move out or whatever you got to do to relocate reasonably is probably a benefit, though. So it's best not to have too much stuff. And in the end, can't take it with you. So what's the point, right?
Oh, yeah. But I must admit, I did like moving when I was working for the government because they paid for me to move, because
and housing a lot of times housing stuff.
I got housing. I got housing,
transportation. You don't really have to do much.
I mean, they come in. I remember one time I moved, and it was actually when I moved from England to Germany. Right? They packed up that you don't have to do anything. You just got to be there to make sure they do it. They come in and pack everything, box it up, load it on the truck, and they actually unload. I mean, you can get them to unpack it at the other end, but normally I would just get them to put the boxes in what room I wanted them in, and I'll do it myself. Well, i.e., my wife wanted to do it herself because I was married then. But I remember in the living room, she opened the box, and I was a smoker back then, right? And I remember my ashtray. The last time I used it, I know there was 2 or 3 cigarette butts in there, and they packed it with the cigarette butts in it.
Hey man, they take everything, even the trash.
Yeah. So, but I noticed though when they came in and packed this up,
attention to detail,
from Germany to back here to Georgia, somewhere along the line, a couple of my power tools went missing. That's the one thing you got to watch about. So somewhere between, I saw them pack them. But back to where my wife wants to do everything herself, I said, put those boxes there, put those boxes in the garage. So somewhere between when they picked them up at my house in Germany and delivered them to my house in Georgia, somebody had offered my power tools. Some of them, not all of them, some of them, but.
Yeah, when we moved around when I was a kid, we almost always did what they call a ditty, a do-it-yourself move.
Yeah.
And, rent the trucks and do all that stuff. And then one time we hired a company, and that's when stuff come up missing. The company moved us from North Carolina to Georgia, and they put the stuff in storage for a little bit until we got a place. We were kind of staying in a temporary place until we got a more permanent place. And when we unpacked everything, there were a few, and it was high-ticket items, of course, and we had to file a claim. And they had to reimburse us, and they weren't give us full market value, replacement value, blah, blah, blah. It's a royal pain.
Yeah, it was. Oh, AR Guns is in the house. Tactical Fud's here. So, Grim 90. People are starting to come in. Yeah, so what was I talking about? I can't remember besides that. I did have a sort of topic, a rough basic outline of a topic for tonight, and I can't remember what in the hell it was.
Boy, you're having problems, man.
I'm having problems today. I really am. I don't know why. I'm having problems all around.
What is that? Ginkgoba or something? Call it, or need some of that krill fish oil. Somebody probably knows.
Keep my, make the old mind back to working,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
help it out.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I'm trying to think what I was going to talk about. It was, it's something I was going to mention. I can't remember what it was.
You were speaking of your tools ended up missing.
Yeah, I know that, but I was just talking about the moving.
I'm just thinking if you backtrack, it might ring a bell. Sorry, okay. I'll shut up.
But anyway, why I'm just mumbling, I just want to mention that I want to mention rnldisplays.com for your display for your ARs and your pistol carbines that use Glock magazines. You can get all those at rnldisplays.com. American made, veteran owned. Just wanted to mention it to everybody. Like, I'm using the wall mount that comes with the actual table mount or whatever you want to call it. Oh no, it's not back. It's not there. I had it up. Here it is. That's the I don't know if you guys can see it. That's the one that you put on the table or the shelf or whatever. And it comes with the wall mount with all the hardware to hang it up. I prefer the one on there. I just think it looks good just hanging sort of like suspended on the wall. But anyway, where I was going to go with this, if you go to checkout, you're making chocolate chip cookies.
Damn it, you caught me. Yep.
Yeah. If you
before dinner.
if you go to when you're at checkout, type in Rick's Life and you'll get 15% discount. There you go. Just thought I'll mention it. All right. We were having a discussion because I was reading an article. Was it last night? That I think I'm trying to think who it was. I think it was one of those sort of anti-gunners site or something. But where they were saying is that they done a survey, or they got figures, or what, however they come up with it. But they said 55% of, no, out of all the gun deaths, 55% are suicide. That's up 15% to what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? They said 55% is suicides. And I'm trying to remember the actual body count. I can't remember what they said, but 43% were actual shoot-ins, and the rest of it was miscellaneous. And I'm trying to remember where I saw the article. But where I was going with this is, it's what they're trying to say in this article was, if there wasn't the firearm, if there was no firearms, that person who was going to commit suicide because the firearm's there and handy, he wouldn't, because there would be no firearms around. And during that time, and let me finish what the argument is, during that time that because normally if they're going to commit suicide, they're going to figure out some way of doing it, whether it's with a firearm or hanging themselves, overdosing, or whatever. But they said between that time of them not having the firearm, not finding one, and doing something else, there was a chance to save them, either change their mind or get them help before they do use some other method to do it.
I think it's bullshit.
That's what I said. That was their argument.
When you're committed, you're committed. So, you know what I mean? So, I've lost people from suicide in the sense, people I've known. And I guess you can say I had like guilt because I didn't know any damn thing. And we work together daily. So, it's.
Oh, yeah. No,
when they make up their mind, they're going to do it. They're not like the 15-year-old that, if you don't date me, I'm going to kill myself. It's, this is different.
Yeah, I'm known people to do.
So, poison, suicide. This guy killed himself old school. He plugged his exhaust pipe up and sat in a garage and with a hose and whatnot and went out that way. So, it's where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
And that's been going on long before firearms were even a thing. So that's just more of that stupid stuff. I mean, tell them to go give me 100 people that committed suicide and let's survey them and see what they got to say. Oh, they can't, can they? I guess what they got to say is bullshit to me.
Yeah.
Oh, by that logic, you're saying that everybody who eats a chocolate chip cookie is definitely going to be fat, or I mean, there wouldn't be fat people if there weren't for chocolate chip cookies. I mean, there wouldn't be fat people if there weren't for chocolate chip cookies. Somebody wants to put on the weight, they're going to eat something.
Yeah. Yep. This is all chocolate chip cookies right here. Yeah. You're right. I mean, I thought it was, but I was just saying the article I read, that was their argument, that if there's no firearms, then in that time he's trying to find one and he can't, he might be talked down or talked out of or got help.
Well, let's say that's the case. How many people would die without a firearm? You know what I mean? Or be a victim to a possible death or this or that. Or, stop a physical attack within a year. Because I would assume that number would probably outnumber the ones that, could have had a chance if they didn't have a gun in front of them. If they want to take that route, you would still probably end up with more life saved than lost. So, I just think the whole logic is just pretty dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I did too, but I was just saying that's what I was reading, and I thought, Jesus Christ! But I mean,
keep reading shit like that, you're gonna give yourself a stroke.
But what I don't know where I'm going with this, it's getting to me, the anti-gunners or the people who are thinking this way. I mean, they're grasping at straws because they know they're because I mean, where I was going with what caught me doing the article before I got in, that was down in the paragraph below. What was actually the main item was gun sales in 2021 were down 13%, right? On 2020. But 2020 was a record year on gun sales. But it was now stay with me, 2021 was 40% higher than 2019. But it was down on 2020. You know, and and they're just
so it's still up.
Yeah, so in other words, it's still up.
Yeah. So what are they? What are they trying to say? That it's lower? Is that what they're trying
to? This is why gun violence has gone up because of all these extra guns, and that's why suicides are higher than they have been because there's more guns available. Hey, it's all crap, but you know, they can just, I mean, you can make figures say anything you want, you know? But it's just something, I was just passing the time with that one. Hey, Sabrina, good to see you. Guess that Gary's here. So, Raphael's here. Raphael wants chocolate chip cookies. Say, you got him started now, Rob. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Oh, I'm trying to find out the constitutional carry bill in Indiana here was being discussed in the Judiciary Committee today up in the State House. I've been looking tonight to see if anybody had found out anything, put it, a news article, but I haven't seen anything yet, whether it passed or not, or died. I mean, this is make or break. Either it's going to pass or it's going to die. Now, it's, it theoretically it should pass. If they're willing to talk about it, it's then, but we've got a rhino governor. So he could veto it if it does pass. It's past the House. We got to get it past the Senate. And there's more on paper. There's more Republican 2As than there is Democrats. So theoretically, it should pass the vote if it makes it to the floor. But we'll see. I mean, roll call last week, or was it Saturday, said it's never going to, because roll call's in Indiana, as everybody knows. He's way up north, way up there. And it's a big state. He's a good 2-hour drive from me, He said it's never going to happen. What's the word? I'm optimistic that it might. Is that the right word I'm looking for?
I don't know. But after seeing his chat, I think last night, I think you better call your representative or he's going to take it personal.
Who? I didn't call him, but I did send my representative a personal email. It wasn't one of these pre-printed ones from GOA or NRA or anything. I actually wrote an email, like a letter.
Yeah, well, just make sure you got a printed copy because I think he's taking names and going on hunts.
Now, did you get an automated response from the office of that representative?
Yes.
Okay. In my experience in the past, when I have emailed government officials. I have gotten an automated response. On a rare occasion, I actually get a response with answers to the questions that I ask or something like that, right? But usually it's an automated response. And then I end up on their mailing list. So last week, Patriot put out something for those of us in Michigan to get a hold of our elected officials. And I did, and I composed an email. I sent it to the email address that was on that representative's website, and I got nothing back. No automated response, no failed to deliver, no nothing. And whether I used to write letters in the past, call and leave a message in the past, or email in the past, I've gotten nothing back more often than not. And when I have gotten something back, it's been some BS automated response. That's why I say don't bother. Now, other people might say it was effective, it worked, it's here. And if you do it, go ahead and do it. But this is the reason why I say I don't do it, is because 9 out of 10 times over the past 25 years that I've done this crap, wrote letters, sent emails, called or bid whatever, or even talked to them in person at a rally, nothing back. They drop off the face of the earth until, of course, they want to tell you that they've put some new legislation that you could really care less about into law, or they need your money for a campaign fund.
Yeah.
You got to catch them when they're out, like taking the garbage out or taking their kid out back, then just run up on them out the bushes, and then they take you seriously.
Now, the only one thing is that my state senator for my district here is brand new, i.e., the one we had before. She resigned because she's running for the United States Senate in November. I think it's not, what's his name, Braun. He just got elected. I think his name's Todd. I think that's the one she's going for, but I'm not sure. But anyway, so this guy's brand new. So, and he claim in his bio he claims he's behind the constitutional carry. He actually says it in his bio. So we'll see. Hey Rick, what part do you live in? I live in southern Indiana. I'm closer to Louisville than I am to Indianapolis. Louisville's maybe less than an hour from me. I'm trying to think. The biggest town near me, I'm about an hour away from Evansville, and the next biggest town to me is Jasper.
After that's probably Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the little town I live in is not even on the map, and the town where I go eat breakfast every morning is in a little town called Birdseye. So that's where I live in southern Indiana. But it was right. The roll call was asking me in the thing here. So I did send an email, and it was a response. And I was surprised I got an automated response, to be honest with you. But you're right. It does put you on the mailing list because one of the senators, I did that too. Now I'm on his mailing list. And he did answer one of my emails. But the answer he gave me wasn't even to the question I asked. So
typical.
So what can you say? So.
It's the whole, how are they going to know if we don't tell them, and blah, blah, blah. And I get it. I totally get it. And in theory, it should work. And I'm not saying there aren't cases where it hasn't been effective. But in my experience, it'd be like voting in California. Why bother?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, some people said that. I mean, I don't know whether it's effective or not, but I don't. I mean, yeah. Maybe next time I'll call and see if that's any better. You know, but I don't know how else you get hold of them. You know, so. Oh, roll call says next time I'm down there, we are having breakfast and shooting guns. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that'll work. Roll call. If you're ever down this way, just let me know. You know, so. Oh, roll call says it's still in debate. It's HB 1077 is the number of it. I know it was in debate today, so I know today it was being debated in the committee. I read that. I read that in the hell. That was even. I read it in the local online thing. Also, it was even mentioned in. It was either Ammo Land or Bearing Arms. It was even mentioned that it was in committee today being discussed. So that's optimistic. Is that the word I'm looking for when you think it's going something might good happen? I'm hoping it will, but then again, I don't trust our governor, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, what else we're going to discuss? Oh, I know with our discussion the other day. Was it Saturday? We were discussing defensive ammo. You know, I was thinking about that, and I was talking to a couple of my buddies down there at the diner, and I asked one of them. One of them uses federal. Is it federal meat, the HST or whatever they call it? Well, he's using one, but the other guy says, "Nah, I just use ball ammo." So. Yeah. Tactical FUD at roll call. You have to eat at Deb's Diner. It's actually, yes, you do. It's actually called Deb's Truck Stop, is what it's actually called. You know, very few trucks stop there. But, I mean, it might not look much, but the food's good. So, and the prices are right.
So what'd you have last time? The salad again?
No.
Oh, come on, Rick.
No. Today I actually had sausage, egg. Sausage, all I had was 2 sausage patties, 2 scrambled eggs. I think it was 3 scrambled eggs, toast, and an iced tea. $5.89. That's how much the special costs. Normally, without the special, that would be around $6.50. So,
I'm assuming your cost of living in that state's got to be a lot lower than mine.
it was a lot lower than Rhode Island. I know that much. And cost of living's gone up. She put the price up because that used instead of being $5.89.
You can't even get a coffee here for $5. Well, you can, but
yeah, I said it's $5.89 now. Before she done the increase, it was a flat $5 for all of that. You know, on the special item. So, you know, the cost of living's got me here. Gas, you know, everything's going up. So, but we all know this. Now it's going to go up even more because of that stupid ass we got in the White House and Russia and Ukraine. Oh, I know it's politics, but I've got to say this. I've been flipping through channels and on the news. Oh, hey, Biden got tough. He put the sanctions back on Russia, you know, with the pipeline. I'm thinking, Putin doesn't care, because you got to remember the pipeline. Even it's been over a year because they had to do it. It wasn't pumping gas into the rest of in through Germany into Europe. It hadn't even started yet. So how can something hurt somebody that he hasn't even got yet? He wasn't getting no revenue from it because he hasn't started selling it yet. So I can't see how that's hurting him. But I digress. Sorry. You know. Yeah, groceries. Yeah. Oh, same here, Sabrina. Groceries here have become outrageous. Even my, as I mentioned this the other day, even my cheap ass, which I'm cutting way back on, my cheap ass soda that I buy down the dollar store for $1 is now $1.25 for a liter, of my orange pop, which, I mean, instead of going in there, I'm cutting back. Instead of going in there buying two bottles, I'm only buying one. So I'm cutting back. So, but anyway, I mean, this is how bad it's got in the dollar store. They had a candy bar on the checkout. They had a candy bar on the checkout for $1. That's gone up to $1.25. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. Hey, Will and Well Armed, how you doing?
Oh, good. I had a bunch of family squabbles. I couldn't get off the phone. Sorry about that.
That's all right, no problem. But so what's new with you? Anything?
Oh, I'd say that Bull Armory, the 9mm, it's good to go. It's no longer in the break-in phase, so I'm going to start doing some comparison videos with it. Pretty happy with it. It shoots like a dream.
Okay, all right.
Yep. So that's it. The 45 Bull Armory, it's still going to get a few more another 100 rounds before I feel confident in its ability.
Okay. Oh, now, hey, that's talking about that. That's a good topic right now. I wanted to ask you guys here. How many rounds do you put through a firearm that's going to be your carry gun? So you buy a new gun, you say, "Oh, I want to carry this." But how many rounds do you put through it before you're confident that it's going to work every time as a carry gun?
Well, before COVID and the ammo shortage, or after the COVID and ammo shortage, it's a big difference. So before, it was I'd shoot 1,000 rounds minimum without any hiccups. Now, I shoot 200 rounds, and if I got 100 clean rounds, I'm not sure I'd carry it, but at least it's past the muster. Where if it's so this that one I've shot 100 rounds. I had some issues with the 9mm. The next 100 rounds, no issues, but I did have the slide was still moving a little bit slow. And then I shot another 100 rounds, and the slide was shooting full speed, but and no issues. So at that point, I feel good about the 9mm. Where 45, I had 2 issues in the last 100 rounds, so it's not there yet.
Okay, all right.
Probably another couple 100 rounds before I'll accept it.
So, what about you, New York? If you're going to choose a carry gun, how many rounds would you fire through it before you would put it on your hip, i.e., either before COVID or after?
All right. Well, I'm obviously a lot cheaper. I tend to buy guns that work out the box. So I would state I'm probably comfortable with 100, 150 rounds. That's with no issues. If I had issues or something like that, then it would probably prolong until I was comfortable, 150 rounds, something with no issues. But usually when I get a new gun, that's not a challenge to do because, you want to go play with it anyway. You want to go test it out or whatever the case is. So that's, easily just one range trip. Either it works or it don't. I don't, I'm not going to play or finesse with them. I could, you know what I mean? If it's something really simple, I might, instead of taking the time to send it back or something like that. But all in all, if it ain't running in 100 rounds, then I don't want it, pretty much.
All right. What about you, Squib?
Well, the whole COVID thing is a non-issue, so that part of it, I don't have an accurate answer for because that doesn't affect anything. If you're talking about I don't have a carry gun, then 0, because whatever I buy as my carry gun for the first one is my carry gun, like it or not. If I already have a carry gun and I'm looking to get a backup gun or I'm looking to change guns, if I haven't already shot it, because I got to shoot somebody else's at the range, my friend's got one and I shot it, or I rented one, then I would say enough that I felt that it was comfortable enough to replace what I'm carrying right now. So probably a couple mags, maybe even from different manufacturers, a couple different kinds of ammo, defensive and target, maybe as close to each other as possible so I can shoot maybe the same grain weight in a full metal jacket, but use that grain weight in a self-defense round bullet there. And really it's how good do I shoot this gun? If the sights, I have trouble acquiring the sights, it's uncomfortable to shoot, I'm getting slide bite, it's snappy, just overall, I just don't like it at all, then no amount of ammo I run through it is going to make it any better. If I'm shooting it and I'm going, okay, this really isn't going to be any better than what I've got, then I guess I'm going to go back to what I got, and then I've got this other one that's it's going to have to serve some other purpose or something. But if I can run a couple mags through it and I'm hitting the target and it's comfortable in my hand and it functions pretty good, I can try a couple different kinds of ammo. I mean, probably less than 200 rounds and less than 3 different magazines. But I don't know that. I don't understand the premise of the question. If you're talking about you don't have a carry gun, you're looking to get a carry gun, then whatever you frickin' buy is what you're stuck with, man.
Oh, in that sense, yes. But I mean, you've already got a carry gun, and you're going to swap it out. Like me, I was carrying the M&P 45 full size, and I went to the M&P 380 EZ. Right? In that situation, I mean, when I went down to the range there to shoot the 380, I still had my 45 on my hip, but I only shot 50 rounds through it of, manufactured ammo. And I shot 50 rounds through it of I reloaded 50 rounds of 380 to see if it would feed through there. And so it shot 100 rounds, no issues. I went home, waited for my, we had to wait a couple of days till a 380 holster showed up. Then I started carrying it. I was that confident with it because it was an M&P and not a Glock.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, for me, the most important thing about my carry gun would be how well I shoot it. Is it comfortable in my hand? Is the weight and balance good? Is the recoil manageable? Does this thing hit what I point at? There are certain guns I've never shot before and just pointed it at the target, and every time I pulled the trigger, it went right in the middle. And other guns I've shot thousands of rounds through, and nope, No, it's just not in the cards for me. So if that gun just goes to where I pointed at, all right, it's good enough in a holster, I'm ready. If it's not, then I have to decide, why am I carrying this? Everything after that, whether it's open carry, concealed carry, how I'm going to carry it, cost of ammo, all this other stuff, that's all secondary, tertiary, and whatnot. I know other people put the very first thing on there is, how light is it? How cheap is the ammo? Can I conceal it real easy in this location on my person, whatever it is? And for you, that's your thing. But I just want something that it's a good shooter. And some guns, there are guns that I can pick up and shoot, and I just think it's great. And I hand it to you, and you think it's a piece of garbage.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
Hold on. But I was talking about a 1911 or 2011 that wasn't broken in. I mean, this slide was so damn tight, it wouldn't even rack on its own. I mean, when you get a well-fitted, a custom-fitted gun in a 1911 or 2011, there's some break-in period. We're not talking about polymer guns or a CZ.
Yeah. I don't buy guns like that.
Yeah, it's a big difference. So, I'm just, and probably I won't even carry these guns, but I mean, I do have a holster that's, made for my Shadow 2, and it will fit in that perfect, because it's a box holster, Sneaky Pete style. So it does fit. So I could carry it, and I probably will carry it, but not at 38 ounces unloaded. It's not going to be a, top of my list to carry.
yeah,
A wheelchair makes a difference because it's, whether it's, 18 ounces or 38 ounces doesn't really make a difference when, it's not on your hip.
I think Rick's focus was reliability. When are you going to trust it? Initially. So, and if that's the case, it doesn't matter if you can't miss with the gun. If it only works 1 out of 8 times, then it's probably not the gun you want to use. So.
Right.
Reliability, I think, is key in a defensive gun. It's got to be reliable, and then you got to be able to hit with it.
Yeah.
And then conceal with it. You know what I mean? At that point, but it's got to work, or else there's no point in even carrying it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Another thing to me, I mean, don't get me wrong, each to their own. But if I'm going to buy a high-end gun, that's Les Bear or one of those, $3,000-$4,000 guns or more. I don't think I ever afford one, but hypothetically, if I got one, I'm sorry, if I'm paying $3,000 to $5,000 for a handgun, right? I better not have to break it in. It better shoot right out of the box.
If you get a Les Bear, they say to shoot 1,000 rounds before it's broken in.
Hey, I wouldn't buy it then.
Yeah.
If I'm paying that kind of money, I want to be able to shoot it out of the box.
Yeah,
Same maybe with me, Rick.
Ed Brown, but one of those two.
I was just using that as an example.
Yeah.
Any high-end gun, I want it to shoot right out of the box. That's me personally. To me, if I'm paying that kind of money, I want something that works without me having to mess around with it.
I mean, CZs, I've been to that factory back in, 96, 97 when I bought my CZ, and they got a machine that cocks and racks, a pistol, every single pistol 10,000 times before it goes out. I don't know if it's 5,000 or 10,000 or 1,000, but I mean, you just see that machine cocking a gun over and over, So there is some way to automate the process where you don't have to shoot it, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they rack it 1,000 times before it leaves the factory to break it in, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I know, but I mean, I know when I pick up any CZ out of a brand new box, I don't have to clean it. I don't have to do it and put any extra oil on it. All I have to do is go to the range with any kind of ammo, and it's going to fire every round with no problem.
Yeah, and you could, and if you had to, you could load it up with your defense ammo, slap it on your hip, and go out and be confident that it's going to work.
And people do that. I don't, but people do.
Some guns have a recommended break-in period. The manufacturer will state that in the manual or state that on their website, or it might be common knowledge in the culture. Some guns have a reputation for needing a break-in period, and that's something where having a bunch of gun buddies to ask would be helpful on that. Some guns do better with certain kinds of ammo than other kinds of ammo. And if you know that going in, then you know that's the minimum number of rounds you got to run through this thing to make it, air quotes, reliable, right? Now, if the gun breaks on day 2 or on year 22, then you have to decide whether or not you're going to fix it. If it's constantly breaking, that's a big problem. Depending on the warranty, you might be able to get it replaced completely. But if it has a failure here or there, and it's something that's got to be worked out, that might be something you can do. It might be a warranty issue. It might be something you have to take to a gunsmith. But once the problem is resolved, it should be just fine. I had a 1-year warranty on my AK, and I sat on that thing, I think, for 2 months before I even took it out to the range. And it had all kinds of problems. I sent it into the manufacturer. They fixed it. When I got it back, I ran everything I could through it, tried to get it to fail, and it didn't fail at all. And I contacted them back, and they said, good thing you sent it in when you did. It only had a 1-year warranty. After that, it would have been out of your pocket. But a little bit of gunsmithing that wasn't taken care of at the factory, and it took care of the issue. Every now and then, something needs some tender loving care, you know? If you're getting it used, you don't know what you're getting. I still think a used gun is a better investment than a used car, but, you know, and if you modify it, that's something on you where you might have to do something to make it work, or it advertised that it was going to work, but it doesn't. And you're damn well, you know, determined to make sure this whatever you did to modify it, you're going to keep. So you're going to keep tweaking it and working it till you get it.
I like it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
For instance, that staccato, you know, I bought it used, but I doubt they shot 50 rounds on it. It didn't even have a smile on the top of the barrel. But the trigger was a 5.5 pound trigger. And so everybody talked about these great triggers you get at a staccato. So I called up Staccato, and that gun was custom ordered. They wouldn't tell me his name, but they told me it was custom ordered, and it was ordered at 6 pounds. He wanted a carry pistol, and so that's what he got. And they said I could send it in and pay for the trigger to be modified. So I shot 500 rounds and got it down to 3.5 pounds, which they were kind of surprised it did that. But so it's gotten to that range where I could shoot it right-handed. My right hand's weaker of my left hand.
Yeah. Oh,
but then on my bull Viper, it would not last round hold back, and they kept telling me to load the magazine and keep it full over the weekend, and when I wasn't shooting, and then I kept going back, and it kept giving me the same problem. Finally, I'm like, look, damn it, I've shot 1,000 rounds through it. It's still not last round holding back, and I'm keeping the mag full, and standing on my head, everything else, trying to get this thing to work. I sent it back, and they sent it back to me in 2 weeks. They paid both ways shipping. They treated me right. They gave me an extra magazine. They said, don't send them. I sent the magazine. They sent it back with 2 magazines. I put it in a cardboard box because I didn't want to ship that big ass, airplane ready, Pelican box. And they sent me back a brand new Pelican box with all the stickers, all the warranty, everything brand new. Wow. It's like it was a new gun. Yeah, so they really did me right, and patches and a bunch of morale stuff. So
okay, all right.
I can't say enough about their support, and they shot it and they cleaned it and welded everything.
All right. Practical FUD out in the chat there is going buy a Canic. Is that how you pronounce it? Everything you need to start carrying even comes with a holster and under $500. See, now this is the deal breaker, right? He says, they say for the break-in period to use 124 grain ammo. if a firearm's got to have a break-in period, I don't want it.
I look at it like anything else in a sense. A damn TV, your cell phone. You don't have to buy it and then inspect it and then polish it and buff it, or send it out for a jack job or something like that to get it to work right. Like you bought a damn TV, you're supposed to be able to plug it in and it works. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Even today, even
gun
the
people are so
majority.
forgiving because it seems like they want to love their expensive shit or whatever. But if you went out and bought your new car and then every 2 weeks you got to take it back into the dealer, you'd probably think something was wrong.
That's what I was going to mention.
Well, you got
to. I can tell you what will happen if you do that.
I understand breaking in an engine or something, but I think you guys get what I mean. You don't buy a toothbrush and then have to put the bristles in yourself. It doesn't work like that.
If you do that with a car, they pay you for it.
Well, either way, you shouldn't have to. It's an inconvenience.
I mean,
that's the whole point. Like your shaving cream, for Christ's sake. You don't have to re-rig the cap every time you buy a can. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah. But even a car today, the way they're made, because they're made so very rare, a few of them actually really need breaking in. You get in them, turn the key, and off you go. So.
But back in the day, you did have to, you were told to not take it over 70 miles an hour when you got a brand new car. I think there was a break-in period for that first 1,000 miles or 5,000 miles, wasn't there?
Yep.
Yeah, there was. But this is 2022.
Yeah, well, tolerances are much higher now than they were. But I mean, if you buy like a real high-end stereo or a speaker, that speaker, it has to be broken in. The amount that diaphragm moves back and forth is made out of the factory tighter because they know it's going to loosen up in 40 hours of use. So they have to make it where there's a break-in period to make it sound good in the long run. So there's certain materials, plastic, rubber, polymers, whatever, metal, polishing, whatever, might have to have a break-in period. That's just the fact of it.
I think that just like with the gun should be done in a factory.
That's right.
Testing facility, or something like that. So it's ready to go. It's almost like a turnkey operation with your house. Turnkeys, you walk in, turnkey. That's it.
If that speaker has to be broke in. That speaker has to be broke in for 40 hours. They better do that 40 hours at the factory before I get it.
And if they do that, you're going to pay $10,000 extra for that speaker.
That's true. And there are companies that do break them in, and they got a boatload of speakers all plugged in. I went to a cell phone company, and they were selling Obama phones, and they were charging every single phone because the Obama people were too stupid to plug it in. They just assumed if it didn't work out of the box, it was broken. So they had to hand charge every single one. It was costing them, $1,000 a day in just electricity to charge all those phones before they could send them out. You got to know your client and what their tolerances are and ship it accordingly. So
that's what warranties are for. If a company has a warranty, whether it's a lifetime, limited lifetime, or so many miles, so many years, whatever it is, 90 days, same as trash, whether you get that warranty through the store or whether you get that warranty through the manufacturer, that says something about their product. They're willing to back up this product because things will get through. There are issues in manufacturing and things do get through. That doesn't mean that manufacturing is shit, but it doesn't mean that it's perfect either. So if they have a warranty and they honor it, that is probably more important than some of the other stuff. If you've got to go through a hassle to get them to handle the warranty, or they give you a runaround, that says a whole lot about the company. And at that point, capitalism kicks in. Don't ever give them your business again.
Yep.
When people have one job, they should get it right. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't matter what the hell the job is. That's your job.
I understand things break, and that's what a warranty's for. But if I fork over $600-700 for a firearm, I expect that thing to work right out of the box. And if it doesn't, then I go, hey, something wrong with this. I want my money back or send me a new one. You know?
Yeah, and if they have good customer service, they'll do that.
Yeah.
But if they don't have some sort of money back guarantee or some sort of customer satisfaction promise or some sort of setup where they can either come to an agreement with you or something else like that, that says a lot about the company. And depending on who you deal with, you may get great customer service or you may get crappy customer service. You could just have a customer service rep ruin that company's reputation with you forever when it's not really company policy that they have to turn you away. Some people just don't handle things well. Other companies, they'll jump through flaming hoops for you because they want you to be a customer for life.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, he has a STI single stack from early 90s, late 80s. And he shoots that. He carries it still all the time. And the extractor stopped extracting. And so he called up STI. He just wanted them to, he knew it was going to cost, $60 or whatever to fix it. But he called them up just to find out how their warranty process worked, if it was still under warranty. They gave him, shipping both ways, fixed the extractor, and gave him a couple, I think a T-shirt. So he was.
He had to send the gun in.
What?
He had to send the gun in.
Yeah, he sent the gun in, but it was a 35-year-old gun. And they fixed it free of charge, both and paid shipping both ways.
That's cool. I called Smith & Wesson asking about a part that was actually fine. I used the wrong name for it. They sent me a bunch of parts pretty much overnight that I didn't even need. I called them back up, told them, and they wanted me to pay for them. They just told me to keep them. They said it's fine for you to work on your own stuff if you want. Can send it in, but at least there was an option. And in the end, I got a bunch of parts I didn't even need. So,
yeah, I've had that experience with Henry. They definitely take really good care of you and go out of their way to help out and resolve any issues and give you extra stuff and everything else. But then again, it's $1,000 for a lever action rifle. They should do that.
It's not $1,000 for an M&P, but they did it. Just saying.
Yeah, but anyway, maybe I'm just asking too much. I don't know. So I don't know. Anyway, I guess I'm too fussy. I guess. But then again, I don't go buy.
I don't think so. I think if you buy something, well, I guess at a certain level, like what Wield's saying. At a certain level, those firearms are known to have this, so you would avoid those. You wouldn't buy those. Same with me.
But
a basic product should work more than not. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, whether it's a screwdriver, hammer, or whatever.
So I mean,
you can't stay in business with all your products failing all the time.
I wouldn't buy those speakers either. Now, if Will and Well Armed was selling that speaker, after a year or so, I might buy it off of him because it's already broken in. So I don't know.
Yeah, or this before you purchase it and you go into it knowing this is what to expect.
Yes.
I mean, breaking in a speaker is a matter of turning it on volume 3 and going to work 3 days, and you got your 40 hours, right? It's not the end of the world.
I was just, I know, but put it this way: if there was a speaker, if I knew I had to do that, and I really wanted those speakers, I might.
Nobody reads that fine print,
But I don't feel when I'm paying good money for something that I should have to break something in. It should be ready to go. But I mean, that's my personal thing. But.
Well, I mean, you could choose not to break it in and then, break your speakers and then sell them to somebody who thought you broke them in, right?
Or send them back for under the warranty, say, hey, these don't work.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Rick's there sending nasty emails to the potato chip company going, hey, I opened this big ass bag of potato chips and it's half full of air. And they're like, sir, read the back. It says contents might settle during transport. And Rick would be like, I don't care, damn it. I paid for a full bag of potato chips and I only got half a bag of potato chips. What are you going to do for me?
Damn right.
That's right. They should have settled them at the factory, damn it.
That's right. And if they say
Charge you all that extra money for that big bag. And then now they want to charge you for grocery bags. So now you need to buy another bag to put that bag in because it's so damn big. It's a goddamn scam. It's the aliens.
I had a roommate that was in college, and he's now a lawyer, but he wrote a potato chip company, Lay's, and said, hey, the warranty of these chips was just horrible. And he just said the chips tasted like a cat puked in them. And, we were very disappointed. We had a party and everybody complained that we bought bad chips. And he sent that letter off on a Friday, and on Monday we had like 20 different types of potato chips in a box. Some of them were experimental flavors we never even heard of back in, 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some companies will take care of you, So, oh, well. Anyway, my hour is up. I've overgone my hour. So, I'm going to wind this up because I'm getting hungry. As you guys know, for some unknown reason, I don't eat before this show. Why? I don't have a clue. I do know. Because normally, on a normal evening, I normally don't eat to around 6:37 anyway. Maybe I need to become like an old man and have a blue plate special, at 4:30 in the afternoon. I don't know. But I normally don't eat to around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I figure, well, why eat now? I'll eat after the show. So that's why you always hear me say I got to get something to eat. So I just wanted to explain that in case there's any new people, All right. New York, you got any shout outs or plugs?
Yeah, obviously R&L Displays. So check that out. Buck, your package is being sent. You should have got the email. Unfortunately, there was no mail Monday. So it went out yesterday. Other than that, I guess check out Squib, check out Wheeled and Well Armed. Have a great evening. Thanks for joining us. And make sure you eat a salad.
All right. Squib.
Don't check out my channel. Drink a beer, have a steak, and buy American.
Absolutely. Now, you need to check out Squib's channel. We've got some good shit on there.
Not really.
Will and Well Armed. You got anything?
I started the keto diet back in April, May last year. I lost 40 pounds on it, and then I started doing intermittent fasting in September. That means I would eat in a 4-hour window, so from about 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And I lost another 10 pounds doing that, and started working out, going on a 1 hour, 1 mile bike ride or wheelchair ride a day for the last 2 months. And today is my first 3-day fast. So I fasted since Sunday night till tonight. I broke fast. And then anyway, I'm losing weight, getting where I want to be, getting in good shape. So anyway, I'm probably going to start like a fitness channel or something for people in wheelchairs in the near future. So look out for that. And I'll be doing a comparison this week on the Staccato P versus the Bull Armory 9mm.
All right. Well, I don't know. Congratulations or well done on the weight loss.
Thank you. Yeah. I had to. I just out of breath all the time. Well, and
I'm getting there too. So I'm going to start doing it myself.
I got up to 250 pounds. So I had to lose some weight.
Yeah. I got to lose some more. because I've come to a plateau. I haven't lost anything. You know, I haven't lost anything for a couple of months now. So
because you stopped trying.
maybe
As soon as
that's
your
what it
doctor was
is.
like, "Oh, I can do it without you losing weight," you were like, "Well, then do it." And now
Yeah.
you just gave up.
Yeah.
It's willpower, man. Don't lie to yourself. Don't try to lie to us. We know.
Yeah.
It's willpower. So don't bullshit us. Do it or forget it. Don't bullshit us.
Absolutely. Well, anyway, I want to say to everybody in the chat, thank you for stopping by. I don't know who else is on tonight, but I'm sure there's another chat going. And I will see you all on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So, with that, I'm going to say good evening, everybody. Goodbye, Sabrina.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks, guys.
Peace out.